Hey everybody, so I've been working on this for a little bit and I have perfected it and I now have a demo that's ready for you guys, which is essentially a demo of a transfer from a larger language model. In this instance, I'm going to utilize Qwen 2.5, 0.5 billion parameter model, and then we're going to transfer that model to a smaller parameter model, to a very small model that will only run on CPU. That's a Dendritron-based model. It's essentially like around like we'll call it 500,000 parameters or so. And then this model will be able to essentially replicate Qwen 2.5 in this instance. In this particular demo, it won't be like a full-on replication of the model, but it is possible to showcase, and that's what to do, and that's what I want to showcase overall. So we're taking a Qwen model, and then I can take that whole Qwen model, and I can essentially digest it. So within this, and what I'm part of this, and the reason why I have it on this kind of full on Rails demo is in order to get all of this to work, I have to utilize a couple pieces of our patented technology, and then so I'll showcase it to you and utilize it and showcase how it works within this. But that's why I can't release like a full demo around this. But so. This is a fully working demo, but more of a demo than this. But so essentially, we're starting off with the Qwen model, and then I can take that whole Qwen model and essentially turn it into what turns into MACSL cards, and it turns into 16 MACSL cards for like essentially like the internal workings of the Qwen model. It's frozen memory, we'll call it. And then I'll dive deeper into what those MACSL cards are. But then from there, we transfer it into a Dendritron unit, which is just a very simple sparse unit. So two expert model with two Dendritron branches, and then only running on CPU. So essentially, out of this 0.5 billion parameters, we're only utilizing about 3%. And then we're also doing a bunch of compression on top of that because of the VIVERE and MACSL mixed in there. And then so because of all of that, that essentially gets us a very small model. So essentially what we're doing is I have to run this full model, whichever one you choose, right? So say it's like Qwen 27B. I'd have to run it fully one time in order to like essentially like extract the memory of the model, and then the internal memory. And then once I run it that one time, I can turn the model off. I can turn it offline, and then it just fully run the model and the outputs from there. And then I think the very first question that people will ask up front within that is like, so then what's the difference between this and distillation? and there's a very clear upfront differentiation within that. So distillation takes place with regards towards the outputs and on the output layer, where essentially you take outputs from a model, and generally, if it's a closed weight model, you're using prompts and then just getting output prompts. And then if it's open weight, you can get access to the weights and things like that of the model, but that's really as far as you can go and what you're doing with it. It's all based off of the output layer. Whereas this is all based off of the input layer, like the memory of the model, we'll call it. Essentially taking the model and its representations and then taking and extracting the memory of that into a model. And then so what does that look like? Very straightforward, right? So again, so the Qwen model was run once, and then the Qwen model is completely offline. This is all only utilizing a very small Dendritron-based model, which we can play around with, and you can play around with a little bit here, but it's essentially the total model size of it is 500,000 parameters. So essentially, I'm utilizing this Qwen model like a model factory. It is the pure goal of it, right? I can utilize this and I can create daughter models all day long. And these daughter models can run offline on CPU, very simple, very small to run, right? And I can do essentially whatever with them. And then in this instance, within this particular demo, I'm just showcasing, so I get a prompt is a list, and then I want the next two tokens is a list of the, which that's what it was extracted from the Qwen 2.5B model, right? And then I can go through a few of these examples, and then sometimes it'll return like unknown and separation keys. And then we can go through, this one's really good. So default timer, the argument is the number, default timer, the argument is the number of the, generally speaking, it's going to get of the, right? We can say it's like it was able to bypass the punctuation there. And so again, this is a very small Dendritron model here that you're seeing essentially, and then you can play around with the different expert weights and the different configurations within this to essentially see bottom line of this within the extraction of this is that you get a lot more tunable layers than you ever would with any sort of distillation method overall. And again, you only have to run it once with knowledge distillation. It's more of a complex process overall, right? Essentially, you're taking and you're extracting the outputs from the model, and then you're training the model and fine tuning the model to match and match those outputs overall. So it's there's no fine tuning process within this overall, right? We're essentially just extracting the memory of the model overall, the representations, internal representations that are inside of the model, and then extracting those, condensing them, and then putting them into like a very small parameter model, and just running it straight from there. And so that's pretty exactly what you're looking at here, right? Freeze the model, replace only its memory. So overall, here's all of the benchmarks. You can go through it, play around with it, different configurations, etc. And then so how I'm running this is I'll leave a link to this GitHub repository. You just go here to the repository. Really simple to set up and run. I'm running it right now on once you download and install. I try to make it with all these things, just one click install. And then so there it is overall. And then so with that, let's dive kind of a little bit deeper into it. So going in here, the Dendritron transplant console, how a large offline donor becomes addressable sparse tissue, and why that is different from distillation overall. So again, this is a CPU only method utilizing 3% of the model overall, and then also doing compression at numerous points throughout this overall. So the large model is the factory, the sparse model is the deployed product. The console demonstrates an offline donor producing frozen representations that a smaller CPU native recipient can retrieve and use. The factory in this instance is a Qwen 2.5B, a 2.5, 0.5 billion parameter model, but it could be 27B. It could be a model outside of Qwen as well, right? It doesn't have to be a Qwen model. Just any model, you would want it to be an open source model because you want full access to it. But so you could use that Kimi model, that 1 trillion parameter model. That would probably be a good model to hook up within this, because you could actually run that model and utilize it in some instances. You would have to run it one time, so you would still have to have the CPU or the GPU in order to run it that one time. But then you could essentially get full access to the model once you run it and extract what you would need from it. And then so from there, essentially, what this process is think of it more like a live trace and not just like a benchmark table. So each inference reveals memory addresses, MACSL cards, which I'll dive deeper into, Dendritron expert branch routing, sparse output clusters, and the result of memory corruption controls. Bottom line is, again, not only is this a deeper layer than a knowledge distillation overall, but it's more levers and more levers to pull overall, and more data to look at and go through. And then so these concepts, MACSL and VIVERE, I've mentioned them a few times. What exactly are they overall? So to me, just in a real overall nutshell, so Dendritrons and the power of Dendritrons overall is essentially creating additional routing as well as we'll call it containerization, right? If you're familiar with Kubernetes or anything like that, with regards towards a Docker, anything that is with regards towards containerization, this is containerization of the latent space. And then so Dendritrons are exactly that, right? But so MACSL and VIVERE deal with that containerization specifically within transformer models, which is the subject that I stay away from overall because of this. And then, but so essentially, that's exactly what MACSL does, right? It's essentially containerization of the latent space for transformer models. That's the most simplistic way that I can break that down. VIVERE is essentially the compression and ability to put those containers together, right? Like a Docker type of system. So what that means is that you could stack multiple of these systems together and get like continual learning, those types of things from a transformer model overall. So VIVERE doesn't store every full vector independently. It stores reusable building blocks plus small coefficients, then reconstructs the needed representation on demand. And then so these two are patented overall by MMV. So just highlighting that overall. And then so within this, and diving deeper into it, the addressable transplant pipeline overall, the donor is absent at runtime, and the live path is a small recipient plus frozen memories and sparse executions. That's kind of just the real bottom line of this. Again, there's no fine tuning involved, anything like that. It's just you're taking this very large model and then essentially extracting its memories, the core representations of the model, and then just putting those into a very small model and then going to town from there, right? And then within this, and like, so this, what we're looking at here with regards towards the routing and the expert capabilities and all of that, everything that makes all of this possible is built into the Dendritron overall, right? So essentially, like, this is why that containerization concept, going back to like why exactly I built Denditrons on a practical level overall is really with regards towards the containerization and the ability. So within a singular Dendritron unit, I can have multiple experts, right? I can have expert 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 within one singular Dendritron unit, which I can't do with the Perceptron overall. So like, I want these capabilities, and to be able to do this, once I do this, build these in, I can do things like this, where essentially it's a new method on top of knowledge distillation. So you could utilize knowledge distillation plus this method overall, right? But this is a new method that is unlocked overall because of essentially this series of technologies that I'm showcasing here within it, which is why I have to showcase all of them for you within it, is because it's kind of hard to separate any of these things together. But so bottom line, you freeze the model, replace only the memory. It's really that straightforward, right? Sounds kind of magic. It's not. Here it is. Here's the demo. You can play around with it overall. Differences, again, distillation teaches behavior exactly through the outputs. So classic distillation makes a smaller student imitate a larger teacher's output distribution or task behavior, and that transferred knowledge is absorbed into the student weights. Essentially, you take the teacher, you put it into a small model, student model, and there you go. Whereas what this is, and the Dendritron transplant unit is essentially transplant moves selected internal states into addressable memory. So taking the internal states of the model and the representations of those, breaking those down and creating MACSL cards based off of them, and then having those be able to read through VIVERE, and then running those through Denditrons, and in this instance, those like Dendritron experts, the full system working together and combining overall. And then so overall, just like a simple what moves, what doesn't, etc. overall between a distillation and the transplant console. You can see, again, they're hitting different things overall. So again, where does it live? Distillation lives on the weights, and specifically you're updating the student weights, whereas with the transplant console, you're taking frozen phrase cards, MACSL cards, and then you're just dumping them into Denditrons, like recipient tissue overall. So it's like a completely different process than that fine tuning of the weights. Overall, that's pretty much the differences. Local cards make the memory deployable. So MACSL, it's literally cards. It's kind of the cool benefit of MACSL overall. As one of the benefits of it is that it turns the data set into like literal trading cards. So like you could take your data set, turn it into a trading card, and then it runs off of that, which isn't necessary for the model overall. What it's doing is essentially taking in the overall representations. I don't want to go too deep into it overall. If you're interested in it deeper, I would be happy to dive deeper into it. But it's just taking the internal representations and then training based off of that, and utilizing a lot of different algorithms. And then so what the current evidence supports overall is that this is a very good method, that the package demo is controlled research. Like bottom line over, like this is like a controlled research within the demo overall. And then so what this demo is showing and supporting is that you can take a CPU recipient, run it with a donor, exact phrase addresses, retrieve the donor-derived values that show that routing is viable and visible, and that corruption changes outputs, and then it's utilizing VIVERE and MACSL overall. What this isn't showcasing and what it isn't overall, what this demo isn't, is like an actual chatbot replacement. And so I guess that would probably be the question that people would ask within this at the end here. Like, can you actually use it as a chatbot? Like, could I actually take that Qwen27B model and then utilize this method and then get like a sparse chatbot? 100% yes, absolutely. I'm just not showcasing it within this demo. Like overall, if you wanted a use case like that, and we could definitely talk about that further and set that up. But so just as a simple demo overall, this is what I can showcase to you with regards towards this technology, and a brand new method with regards towards different than knowledge. This is 100% different method overall than knowledge distillation. Accomplishes the same thing but better overall, right? To me, it's the advantages of this over distillation are, it's one, going a layer deeper, two, it's a lot simpler overall, and then three, it's actually like smaller and faster to do this method than it would be via knowledge distillation, and you only have to do it one time, and you can actually extract everything from the model, as opposed to like having to do this complicated like prompt setup and outputs and etc. Right? Like this complex training program on both ends of knowledge distillation. Like knowledge distillation isn't free. This method is like pretty much like as close as you can get to just taking your like a big model like a cow and then just milking it, which is exactly what I wanted and have wanted for a while overall. So here it is. I'll leave links to the GitHub repository. You can download it, test it out yourself. Any questions, feel free to ask. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.